Have you ever woken up feeling like your brain is in a fog, even after a full night's sleep? Or found yourself struggling to recall a name or a simple word that you know is right on the tip of your tongue? It's a frustrating, even worrying experience that many of us over 60 share. We often attribute these moments to just getting older. But what if I told you that some of the very things we do every single night are actively working against our brain health, chipping away at our precious memory, focus, and mental clarity? It's not just about what you do during the day. It's profoundly about your evening habits. Our brains, especially as we age, rely on those quiet nighttime hours to repair, consolidate memories, and clear out the cellular debris that can lead to cognitive decline. Ignoring these crucial hours, or worse, engaging in habits that disrupt them, can genuinely damage your brain over time. In this video, we're going to uncover several common nighttime pitfalls that are silently harming your brain. And more importantly, I'll share simple, actionable steps you can take to stop these habits in their tracks. We'll look at easy adjustments you can make to your evenings to protect your memory, boost your cognitive function, and ensure you wake up feeling sharper and more vibrant. These aren't complicated changes, but they can make a world of difference. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. Let's start with the first habit that might be sabotaging your brain health without you even realizing it. The glowing screens that many of us cuddle up with in the evening. Think about your tablet, your smartphone, that big screen TV in the living room, or even your computer. For so many of us, the end of the day means unwinding with a bit of scrolling through social media, watching a favorite show, or catching up on the news. It feels harmless, a gentle way to transition into sleep. Right. But here's the crucial truth. The bright blue light emitted from these devices is telling your brain it's still daytime. This blue light directly interferes with your body's natural production of melatonin, the hormone that signals to your brain that it's time to wind down and prepare for sleep. When melatonin production is suppressed, your sleep cycle gets thrown off, making it harder to fall asleep and, more importantly, harder to achieve the deep, restorative sleep phases your brain absolutely craves. And it's not just the light. What you're consuming on those screens matters too. Are you watching a thrilling crime drama, getting wrapped up in a heated political debate, or perhaps scrolling through news headlines that leave you feeling anxious or upset? This kind of mental stimulation right before bed keeps your brain alert and active, buzzing with thoughts and emotions, rather than gently easing into a state of calm. Your brain needs time to disconnect, to process the day's events in a relaxed manner, not to be bombarded with new information or high-stress narratives moments before you expect it to shut down for the night. Think of your brain like a computer that needs to properly shut down, not crash mid-task. When you don't allow it that graceful transition, you wake up feeling scattered. And over time, this consistent disruption can hinder your brain's ability to form new memories, retrieve old ones, and even clear out the waste products that accumulate during the day. Waste products that are increasingly linked to cognitive decline. So, what can you do? It's simpler than you might think. Try to create a digital sunset for yourself. Aim to put away all screens at least an hour, or even better, 2 hours before you plan to go to bed. Instead of scrolling, pick up a physical book. Yes, those wonderful paper things. Read a light novel, a magazine, or anything that engages your mind without the harsh light. You could also listen to a podcast or an audiobook. But again, choose something calming, not something that will amp up your thoughts. If completely disconnecting isn't feasible right away, many devices now have night mode or blue light filter settings that warm the screen color, which is a step in the right direction. But it's still not a substitute for simply stepping away. Think of it as giving your brain a much-needed break from the digital world, a chance to truly unwind and prepare for its essential nightly repair work. Now, let's talk about something else many of us indulge in after the sun goes down: late-night eating, particularly those comforting, often sugary or heavy foods. You know the feeling. After a long day, a bowl of ice cream, a bag of crisps, or a big, hearty meal just feels like the perfect end to the evening. But just like with screen time, the timing and type of food you put into your body can have a profound impact on your brain's health while you sleep. When you eat a large meal, especially one high in fats or sugars, your digestive system has to kick into high gear. Your body redirects energy to digestion, raising your core body temperature and potentially causing discomfort like indigestion or heartburn, all of which make it incredibly difficult to fall into and stay in a deep, restorative sleep. Sugary foods are particularly sneaky. They cause your blood sugar to spike, and then inevitably, to crash. This roller coaster of blood sugar levels can disrupt sleep patterns, leading to fragmented sleep where you wake up frequently, even if you don't fully remember it. These disruptions prevent your brain from spending enough time in the vital REM and deep sleep stages, which are crucial for memory consolidation, learning, and emotional regulation. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation, often fueled by poor late-night eating habits, is linked to a higher risk of cognitive decline, reduced processing speed, and even conditions like dementia. Your brain uses sleep to literally wash away metabolic byproducts that build up during the day. If it's constantly interrupted by digestive turmoil or blood sugar swings, this critical cleaning process is compromised, allowing harmful substances to accumulate. So, what's the solution here? Aim to finish eating your main meals at least 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. This gives your digestive system ample time to process the food and wind down. If you absolutely must have a snack, choose something small and light, like a handful of almonds, a banana, or a small bowl of plain yogurt. Avoid anything heavy, fried, or loaded with sugar. Think of it as giving your internal systems a break before they're supposed to be resting. By doing this, you're not just helping your waistline, you're actively supporting your brain's ability to enter those critical restorative sleep cycles, ensuring it gets the deep cleaning and repair it needs to function optimally the next day and for years to come. It's a simple shift that pays massive dividends for your mental sharpness. Now, moving on to another common evening indulgence that many believe helps them relax, but often does the exact opposite for their brain: alcohol and caffeine. Now, moving on to another common evening indulgence that many believe helps them relax, but often does the exact opposite for their brain: alcohol and caffeine. Let's start with alcohol. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking a glass of wine or a nightcap helps you unwind and drift off to sleep. And yes, initially, alcohol can have a sedative effect, making you feel drowsy. But this is a deceptive calm. While it might help you fall asleep faster, alcohol severely disrupts the quality of your sleep, especially in the latter half of the night. It metabolizes in your body, leading to fragmented sleep, frequent awakenings, and a significant reduction in your vital REM sleep, that rapid eye movement stage, where dreams occur, and where your brain does crucial work processing emotions, consolidating memories, and learning. Think about it. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it makes you need to use the bathroom more frequently, causing even more interruptions to your sleep. It can also worsen conditions like sleep apnea or snoring, further reducing oxygen flow to your brain during the night. Waking up feeling dehydrated, with a headache, and a general sense of fogginess is a clear sign your brain didn't get the restorative sleep it needed. Over time, this chronic lack of quality REM sleep due to alcohol can impair your cognitive function, memory recall, and even your decision-making abilities. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about your brain literally being starved of the deep rest it requires to maintain its health and sharpness as you age. Similarly, caffeine, while a daytime helper for many, becomes a nighttime saboteur if consumed too late. That evening cup of tea or coffee, or even a fizzy drink, might seem harmless, but caffeine has a half-life of about 5 hours, meaning half of it is still in your system 5 hours after you've consumed it. For some, it can be even longer. So, that 5 p.m. coffee could still be actively stimulating your brain at 10 p.m., making it difficult to initiate sleep, and keeping your mind more alert than it should be when you're trying to wind down. The result is often tossing and turning, or falling into a lighter, less restorative sleep, just like with alcohol. Consistent sleep disruption due to caffeine can lead to a buildup of brain fatigue, impacting your cognitive performance the next day and contributing to long-term memory issues. The simple solution for both: set a strict cutoff time. For alcohol, try to avoid it at least 3 to 4 hours before bed, if not entirely. For caffeine, a good rule of thumb is to avoid it after midday, or certainly no later than 2 p.m. Opt for herbal teas, warm milk, or simply water in the evenings. These small changes can dramatically improve your sleep quality, giving your brain the uninterrupted time it needs to perform its essential maintenance tasks. It's about giving your body and mind the best possible chance to truly rest and rejuvenate. Next, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked but is profoundly important for brain health: a lack of a consistent sleep schedule. Many of us, especially once we're past the demands of a strict work schedule, might think we can just wing it with our bedtimes and wake up times. We might stay up late, watching a show one night, then try to catch up by sleeping in on the weekend. While it feels flexible, this sleep jet lag is incredibly disruptive to your body's natural circadian rhythm, your internal 24-hour clock that regulates everything from hormone release to body temperature and, crucially, your sleep-wake cycle. Your brain thrives on routine. When you go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every single day, even on weekends, you're reinforcing your natural rhythm. This consistency helps your brain understand when it's time to release sleep-inducing hormones like melatonin and when it's time to wake up and feel alert. And when your schedule is erratic, your brain is constantly trying to adjust, leading to a state of perpetual mild jet lag. This chronic disruption prevents your brain from getting into a deep, predictable rhythm of restorative sleep. Over time, inconsistent sleep schedules are linked to impaired cognitive function, reduced memory consolidation, increased risk of mood disorders, and even conditions like high blood pressure, which in turn can impact brain health. Think of your brain like a meticulously planned garden. If you water it sporadically, some plants will thrive, but others will wither. If you water it consistently, at the right times, everything flourishes. The same goes for your brain and sleep. Aim to establish a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even if it's just a 30-minute window. This simple act of consistency trains your brain to expect sleep at a certain time, making it easier to fall asleep, stay asleep, and achieve the deep, restorative stages that are so vital for maintaining your cognitive sharpness and protecting against age-related decline. It's a cornerstone of healthy brain aging that costs nothing but a little discipline. Finally, we come to a habit that many of us are guilty of, especially as we get older and our responsibilities perhaps shift or our worries seem to grow, allowing our minds to race with overthinking and stress right before bed. Finally, we come to a habit that many of us are guilty of, especially as we get older and our responsibilities perhaps shift or our worries seem to grow, allowing our minds to race with overthinking and stress right before bed. You might find yourself replaying conversations from the day, fretting about tomorrow's appointments, worrying about family, or just generally feeling overwhelmed by the world. It's a very common experience, but letting these thoughts consume you in the quiet hours before sleep is incredibly damaging to your brain health. When your mind is racing with stress and worry, your body goes into a state of heightened arousal, known as the fight or flight response. Your adrenal glands release cortisol, the stress hormone, which is designed to keep you alert and ready for danger, while helpful in an actual emergency. Having elevated cortisol levels at night is the absolute opposite of what your brain needs to prepare for sleep. This chronic activation prevents your brain from truly winding down. It makes it incredibly difficult to fall asleep, leading to frustrating bouts of insomnia where you lie awake, physically tired but mentally wired, and even if you do eventually drift off, your sleep will likely be shallower and less restorative. As your body isn't fully relaxed, persistent stress and anxiety before bed don't just affect your sleep. They can lead to chronic sleep deprivation, which has profound long-term consequences for your brain. It impairs your memory, reduces your ability to focus and solve problems, and can even shrink certain areas of your brain over time. It makes you more prone to mood swings, irritability, and can exacerbate feelings of loneliness or depression. Your brain needs that peaceful transition into sleep to properly process emotions, clear out harmful neurotoxins, and consolidate memories from the day. When it's constantly on high alert, it misses out on these crucial nightly duties, leaving you feeling less sharp and more vulnerable to cognitive decline. So, what's the antidote to a racing mind? The key is to cultivate a consistent and calming wind-down routine that signals to your brain, it's time to shift gears. This isn't about solving all your problems right before bed, but about creating a buffer zone. Try dedicating 30 minutes to an hour before bed to truly unwind, instead of dwelling on worries. Try journaling them down. Writing out your thoughts and concerns can help get them out of your head and onto paper, giving you a sense of release. You can then literally close the book on them until morning. Another powerful tool is gentle mindfulness or deep breathing exercises. There are many simple guided meditations available online or through apps that can help you focus on your breath and bring your attention away from stressful thoughts. Just a few minutes of slow, deep belly breathing can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest system, which counteracts the stress response and encourages relaxation. You might also consider a warm bath with Epsom salts, a few minutes of gentle stretching, or listening to calming music or nature sounds. The goal is to create a peaceful, predictable transition into sleep that allows your brain to truly let go of the day's worries and prepare for its essential nightly renewal. These practices aren't just about feeling better in the moment, they are vital investments in your long-term brain health and emotional well-being. We've covered quite a journey together, haven't we? We started by talking about those frustrating moments of brain fog and memory lapses, and then we dug deep into some of the most common evening habits that, without us even realizing it, can truly damage our brain health over time. We've talked about how those glowing screens and the blue light they emit interfere with your body's natural sleep signals, keeping your brain wired when it should be winding down. We explored the impact of late-night meals, especially sugary and heavy ones, explaining how they disrupt your digestion and blood sugar, robbing your brain of the deep, restorative sleep it needs to clean itself and consolidate memories. We also looked at how alcohol, despite its initial sedative effect, fragments your sleep and reduces vital REM sleep, and how even a seemingly innocent evening coffee can keep your brain stimulated for hours, preventing true rest. Then, we delved into the crucial importance of a consistent sleep schedule, emphasizing how a stable routine helps your brain regulate its natural rhythms, leading to more profound and beneficial sleep. And finally, we just discussed the silent sabotage of an overactive, stressed mind, and how crucial it is to implement wind-down routines that calm your thoughts and lower stress hormones, giving your brain the peace it needs to enter its nightly repair cycle. Each of these habits, if unchecked, chips away at your cognitive resilience, making you more susceptible to memory issues, reduced focus, and overall brain fatigue as you get older. But here's the truly empowering part. Every single one of these habits is within your control. You don't need expensive gadgets or complicated diets. These are simple, actionable shifts you can make, starting tonight. Imagine waking up feeling truly refreshed, your mind clearer, your memory sharper, and your focus more acute. That's the power of protecting your brain during those crucial nighttime hours. It's not about perfection. It's about making conscious choices that prioritize your brain's long-term health. Remember, small changes can make a big difference to your health and happiness. Your brain is an incredible organ, and it's never too late to start treating it with the care it deserves. I truly hope this conversation has given you some valuable insights and practical tools to start making those positive changes in your own life. We're all in this together. On this journey of living our best lives at every age, I'd love to hear from you. What's one change you're going to make to your evening routine after watching this video? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights might inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who could benefit from this information. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical tips and advice on living a vibrant, healthy life as you age. We've got so much more to share with you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Live your best life at every age. You deserve a sharp, vibrant brain for all your golden years.